Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing.
Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my end of the year book haul. These are some books that I received from friends, books I bought secondhand, and books I wanted to add to my library. So if you're interested to see which books I'm adding to the collection, stay tuned. I'm super excited about this Anne of Green Gables devotional because it is a chapter by chapter companion for kindred spirits. I am going to be reading the entire Anne of Green Gables series next year with my patrons, the Night Owls. If you want to join, the link is always in the description. But I just love the illustrations and the prayers and the practical applications and the quotes. And I just think this is going to be such a fun and cozy companion to reading the series. She also sent me this beautiful, never seen before edition of The Giver, which, if you don't know, Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin is my favorite book of all time. But this is also my favorite book of all time. This was my first. This is when I found that book that I knew what people meant when they said favorite book of all time. And that is The Giver by Lois Lowry. She found this from LitJoy, and she is always scouring the internet for me. And it's so special and so sweet. But yeah, this is the beautiful cover. This is the back cover. It has these beautiful sprayed edges. It has an illustration in the front end papers and a different one in the back end papers. And it does come signed by the author. And then it does have this beautiful intro by the author that I can't wait to read. It has a ribbon bookmark. This is gonna be my first read of the new year. Maybe not this edition, but I'm definitely gonna be rereading The Giver by Lois Lowry as my first read of 2025. Lena from Lena's Bookshelf, we did a Patreon book exchange for Christmas time, and she had me as her partner, and so she sent me The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden. I have already read this book, and I rated it 5 stars. It is a popcorn thriller, but it was just so entertaining and so much fun. I will be sharing more of my thoughts over on Goodreads and the Story Graph and my Patreon soon. But yeah, I absolutely adored this, and I'm so happy she sent this to me because she was on my podcast talking about mental hospitals, institutions, and asylum book recommendations. And I always ask my guests like what they're currently reading, what their last 5-star read was, and this was her last 5-star read. And I actually commented in that podcast episode about like, oh, I really want to get to it sooner rather than later because it was on my wish list, and she sent it to me. So that was so special. A couple of other books that I have received from friends. My friend Angie from Book Mama here on YouTube, she knew I was just kind of down in the dumps around like Thanksgiving, and she sent me the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and this is by Stuart Turton, who wrote The Last Murder at the End of the World, which I read with my Night Owl Book Club this year, and I wanted to go back and read this one. And I also want to keep up with future releases, especially their new book that they're coming out with. But this is like a locked room mystery. There's lots of characters. That's really all I know. But thank you so much, Angie. Back in November when Jessie came to visit, she brought a whole bunch of books to unhaul, and I actually stole 4 from her stack. So I have books 2, 3, and the novella from the, I don't even know what to call it, the Simple Wild series. I don't know which order they go in, but the novella is Forever Wild. This is all by K.A. Tucker. Wild at Heart, and then Running Wild. I wish I knew what order they go in, but maybe I could look at the publication date and figure it out, right? 2022. Oh, 2020. And then 2020. So maybe it goes like this. So book 1 would be Simple Wild, which I already have, Wild at Heart, then maybe the novella, and then maybe this one. But yeah, I'm excited to continue in the series. And then I also picked up Forget Me Not by Julie Soto off of her stack. I don't even think she read it. I know she said she didn't like the cover, but I really like the cover. And I've heard amazing things about this one. A wedding planner and her grumpy ex must work together to plan a celebrity event in this deliciously spicy and funny novel from fanfic sensation Julie Soto. So I'm looking forward to reading this. And there's also another book by Julie Soto. It's the one with the musicians. I'm also interested in that one. But anyway, I got this for free from Jessie. So, you know, what can you say? I also picked up these two off of Amazon, The Power of a Praying Woman and The Power of a Praying Wife by Stormy O'Martian. I got this recommendation, I got this recommendation from Wendy here on YouTube. And she told me that this would really help me with like individual prayers and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I haven't even like flipped through it really. Oh, it has like power tools, it has prayers. Yeah, so this is just to help you. Worrying about your marriage changes nothing. Praying about it can change everything. And then this one I just thought was like women's worries and stuff like that, things that we can pray about. I mean, not that I'm having like marriage issues or like personal issues, but it's always nice to like strengthen my Christian nonfiction library up, and I want some to read in the new year, so I wanted to add both of these to the collection. I got suckered into buying the special edition of The Grandest Game. Even though I already have the regular edition in hardcover as well, I wanted the special edition because I saw the special edition of Glorious Rivals and I was like, you're killing me. But I have already read this book. But in the back, there are some exclusive things, like little perspectives and stuff like that. Luckily, I didn't have to get the special edition to read that. One of my friends shared them with me, but yeah, I just wanted this edition. Like, why not? I love this series so much. I have already read this. I read this back in November. But yeah, this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and I just want to add it to my collection. And then, mentioning special editions, another book that I've previously read that I could not get this book. Like, I mean, this book is stunning. I did share this over my Instagram at Lavender Mud, but it has these beautiful rose end papers. It has this beautiful, like, blood splattered book cover and the sprayed edges. When you look at the sprayed edges, it literally looks like blood. Like, I don't know how they made it look so realistic, but this is the collector's edition. It contains courtroom illustrations and a bonus chapter. And then I did get the signed edition. I ordered this from Blackwell's. But I will show you in the back. Like, here's one of the illustrations. And then it does have an exclusive sneak peek right here. But yeah, it's just a really pretty edition. I love how they introduced the bonus content. And then there are chapter headers as well that are roses. So I just thought this was a really pretty edition, and I actually did get rid of my regular copy. So this is my one and only copy of this book now. All right, moving into some used books now. I have quite a stack of used books. All of these are previously Love and Used, and then I have some from book boxes to go through. So I got this book off of Pango, The No-Show by Beth O'Leary. I just love this cover, and I have read and enjoyed a Beth O'Leary in the past, but this one looks like it's gonna be a good February read. Three women who seemingly have nothing in common find that they're involved with the same man in this smart new rom-com by Beth O'Leary. And this is a couple of years old. Let's check this out. This one came out in 2022, and it is a little damaged, but it's not the worst. It's just not It's a little warped, but it's fine. It's fine. At the book exchange, I got, I think those are the other used books that I got from the book exchange when Jessie was here. I saw this Judge's devotional study by Life Change, and I recently have been working my way through one of these Life Change studies, and I'm just really enjoying how it's set up and stuff. And yeah, I'm already highlighting and reading through this one. So it's actually like a workbook that you can write in, but it leads you through different lessons and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'll get it for store credit. I also recently picked up a copy of Lovely War by Julie Berry at the book exchange. This has been on my wish list for quite a while. This is a YA historical novel. In the perilous days of World Wars I and II, the gods held the fates and the hearts of 4 mortals in their hands. I've never read anything by this author before, but I've heard nothing but stunning things about this book, and I'm just really looking forward to reading it in the new year. And also the cover is really gorgeous, and it is the floppiest paperback, so I love that. I had to get it. And then some that I picked up when Jessie was here at the book exchange, I got The Golden Spoon by Jessa Maxwell. This is a really short one. This was on my radar. I haven't heard too many things about it. Maybe it's just been a couple of years. When someone turns up dead on the set of TV's hottest baking competition, the contestants must band together in search of a killer before one of them is the next elimination. So it was in beautiful condition, and I figured it was short and it's like a little murder mystery, and that sounds good to me. I also picked up a few book box subscription books from the book exchange. So I actually have 3 book of the month, like backlist book of the month books that I picked up at the book exchange. The first being The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I have previously read her trilogy, How A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. That's what it's called. And I've heard great things about this as well, so I'm looking forward to reading this. It says Lights, Cameras, Lies. Let's see, a mind-blowing masterpiece about one girl's search for the truth and the terror in finding out who your family really is. So this is like a YA mystery thriller. I also picked up The Ministry of Time. I know this is a debut, or I think this is a debut, but I've been hearing amazing things about this. Oh, her short fiction has appeared, so she has written short fiction. So maybe this isn't a debut. Maybe I'm just imagining that or getting it confused with another book. But this is a sci-fi kind of space book. A romp through time and space, and the human heart that announces an it says an exhilarating new voice in contemporary fiction. What does it mean to defy history when history is living in your house? I don't really want to know too much, but I've heard amazing things about it, and I really do enjoy sci-fi, and I'm looking forward to reading this one. I think this also might be a Libernauts pick in the new year, so I wanted to have it on hand. And then I also picked up a copy of The Love of My Afterlife by Christy Greenwood. I adore this cover so much, and I wasn't going to pick it up because I was like, well, I'm not going to read it anytime soon. It seems like a fall time read, but maybe not. You know, this is kind of cute. Maybe I'll read it in February. But it says, a recently deceased woman meets the one in the afterlife waiting room, scoring a second chance at life and love if she can find him on earth before 10 days are up. So it just sounds really cute. And then also Jessie found me this fun like bookmark, so I have that here. And now on to some more current book box books that I picked up from various services. I have 2 from Aardvark. These are the November picks. And I didn't pick anything for December, but from their November box, I got Like Mother by Susan Reiger. Love this cover. an enthralling multi-generational family saga about strong-willed women whose lives are unknowingly shaped by the secrets buried in their past. And it has a historical lean. It's set in Detroit in 1960. So I'm looking forward to checking this out and see what I think. And then, oh, I messed up my bookmark. His ear is so fragile, but yeah, I have that in there. And then the other one that I picked up is Perfect Fit by Claire Gilmore. I have read Claire Gilmore's previous novel. Let's see if it has it in here. I don't think it does. But she did write another book. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I also got that one from Aardvark and I enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that I enjoy this one as well. It also seems like an office place romance. Josephine Davis has spent her entire 20s building Reverent, a fashion brand headquartered in downtown Austin, Texas. When her biggest investor orders Josie to hire a consultant, the last person she expects to be working with is Will Grant, the twin brother of her ex-best friend. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be their romance. And let's look at the naked hardcover. So beautiful. Should we go back and look at this one? I think we should. For this one, ooh, I really like that green and pink. So they're so pretty. So buttery soft. Okay, and now I have my November and December book of the month. P.S. I Hate You by Lauren Connolly. It's about 2 exes, 8 destinations, love travels fast. I love this on the back, it's so cute. I think this is one of the cutest book covers. In a splendidly bittersweet romantic comedy, enemies forced together by a mutual loss are led on a cross-country journey towards a second chance. So I know there's a snowstorm, leads to a shared bed. So I'm really excited. Pictures of You by Emma Gray was an add-on, and I've heard wonderful things about this one. What would you do if you could start over? Imagine having a second chance with the one you never forgot. It does have a very like summery cover, but I don't think it's like summer centric. And then another really cute cover, Is She Really Going Out With Him by Sophie Cousins. I've read a few books by Sophie Cousins and I just thought this one sounded good. Columnist Anna Appleby has left her love life behind after a painful divorce. I know you can probably hear the jets overhead. I'm so sorry. Who needs a man when she has 2 kids, a cat, and an uncontested control of the TV remote? And then, but her office rival is vying for her column, and no column means no stable source of income. In a desperate attempt to keep her job, Anna finds herself pitching a unique angle, 7 dates, all found offline, chosen by her children. So that should be fun. And then for December, I chose Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney, and it seems short. I haven't really read too much into it. I am going to be discussing this book on my podcast in the new year. It's a little over 300 pages. Like barely. Oh, it's 304 pages. So let's see. It says a gripping and deliciously dark thriller about marriage and revenge. So I have really enjoyed books by Alice Feeney, and I have really not enjoyed books by Alice Feeney. So we'll see where this one falls, but I do love the cover. I love that they did, what's this called? Holographic font on there, and I think this is really fun. So anyway, yeah, those are my books that I have received in November and December and bought and so forth. But that's my end of the year book haul. I'm adding these to the TBR and hopefully I can get them all read in the new year. But that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye, friends.